What's going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
And we are back with another episode of Dream Daddy. Last time we went on our third date with Robert, where the game prompted us, hey, you might not be back to Dad Book for a while, is this okay? And we said yes, thinking that we would see what was going on, and worst comes to worst, we could come back here. And then we had a very bizarre series of events. Things were told, I mean, we got to the end of the game, right? We saw the credits. But we had a bizarre series of events where, like, we and Robert were talking about things that we never had happen in our interactions with Robert. And we had a very bad ending because of it. And so we said that was absolutely not how we were going to end the game. We were going to come back and try something different this time. So we reloaded our save from just prior to clicking Robert and choosing him. So Amy, I will say...
I still had a lot more to say about that.
Please go ahead. I'm very sorry.
So, it was kind of weird. What I came to determine was that if you pick the wrong options on the date, portions of the date don't occur. So we missed a lot of things that then the game presumed that we knew. And the interactions with him on our third date were very terrible in that we didn't have any context for any of the conversation that we were having, and it wasn't a good one.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Yes.
And there have been instances in this game, I will say, right, where we have been with a character or like done something with a character, and they, like with Craig, right? And Craig's like, oh, have you met the twins? Yet we'd done a side quest with Craig already where we'd had literally a tea party with them, and our character was like acting like we didn't know the kids because it was like our first date with Craig or whatever. So they assumed that you would go on that date with Craig immediately after the barbecue where we hadn't met the twins.
But that's not even it. They treat the first date with each of the guys like that. So, like, we had already met Damien's son as well.
Yeah.
We didn't know it was Damien's son, but we had already met him. And so when we finally got introduced to him, essentially, it was like, oh yeah, this kid that we already knew.
Right.
Again, there are lots of times where we have to say, oh, like, yeah, we already knew this or whatever, and the game just doesn't account for those things.
Right, and this was just, with the Robert thing was such an extreme example of that.
Yeah, it was just a lot.
So we're learning things along the way. I have to assume that it was not the game developer's intent for that to occur, but that's purely an assumption on my part. I don't know that for a fact.
Well, I think the intent is that we, on Dad Book, we read the bios, and that when we're on the date with that person, we answer the questions based on that information.
Yeah.
I had been answering the questions based on what I would say in that situation. Because to me, I'm not going to pretend to like you or tell you what you want to hear on this date simply because I want 3 heart pictures, in the game associated with your name.
That's fair.
So, I've been doing it in not the way that I guess they presumed you would do it, which is, learn about the person and then try to answer the questions in the most informed manner, basically.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
That's just not how I was doing it. I was doing it, this is how I would answer these questions, and, if you like me, you like me, and if you don't, you don't.
Okay, so let me ask you a question then. Does that mean that now that we've learned through our interactions with Robert that the game wants you more to be catering your answers, are you going to change and try to do that, or would you rather stick with,
I think I'm going to see how it goes. I
like it.
So I think we're gonna read the bios. We're gonna I'm going to do the homework that's necessary. And then when push comes to shove, I'll still make the decision as to what is what.
Sounds great. So what I'll say for all the viewers is Amy and I discussed that like we were going to come back to this and we were going to, fix things up. But I'm letting Amy make these decisions, right? I mean, that's kind of the whole point of this channel in general. But I will say I'm super intrigued because Amy said that she has a plan for how she wants this to go, and I have no idea what it is. So I'm very excited. I will remind all of you at home that currently in terms of hearts or dates, we have 2 for Craig, Matt, Brian, Robert, and Joseph. As we mentioned, Robert is almost certainly not on the table, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you want to try to go in and fix it. But
no, I think it's too far gone at this point.
Fair
honestly.
enough. Fair enough. And then we have 1 date each with Hugo and Damien. So it's the moment of truth. Amy, what are we doing today? Whom are we messaging?
So we are going to message today Hugo.
Oh, okay. Hugo. So do we want to reread his bio? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Not a problem at all. So, middle school teacher, high school teacher, writer of scholarly articles on 18th century literature for various esteemed publications. If you're on here to tell me that my son put a cherry bomb in your trash, I know, and I'm sorry. On a Friday night, he is most likely to brew some strong tea and paint my miniatures.
Which is awesome.
That is awesome. If he had one thing to take with him onto a desert island, what would it be? A remembrance of things past by Marcel Proust. What are his turn-ons? Muscles. Lame. What did he want to be when he grew up? A movie star. What is his favorite movie genre? Documentaries on art history.
Which is awesome.
Amy does love that. What's your ideal date? Each of us reading a different book on opposite sides of the couch in comfortable silence.
That's not a date.
What do you never leave home without? My glasses. Actually, I forget them at home a lot. I spend a lot of time thinking about. He says, I worry that people who are against e-readers are more in love with the idea of books than actually reading them.
That has no relevance to me.
So, are you ready to message Hugo?
Yes.
Hugo Vega. Eat a lot of broccoli. Okay.
I try to.
Yeah, same. Liquor before beef, you're in the clear. That doesn't make sense. Okay. We're back into it. I'm excited. I should take Hugo up on his offer to hang out. I had a lot of fun with him at the aquarium.
Yeah.
Kind of, exactly. I type out a message to him on Dadbook. I almost said the other thing.
Oops.
Hey, still want a cheese board? Hugo responds within a few minutes. What the hell? Holy crap. What? Oh no. I missed what we said. Jesus.
Hey.
I stand up from the computer and stretch. I'd like to know what else was said, please.
Just move the bar.
I can't. If I click, it clicks past this. I stand up from the computer and stretch. Yeah, it just goes away. Okay, cool. What the hell, man? We could, like, reload it, I guess.
Yeah, try to.
Alright. Sorry, everybody. Jesus, that was really annoying.
Yeah.
Alright, sorry.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Let's try again. My bad, everybody. I guess.
Trust no one.
Trust no one. You weren't able to read what he said. I'm so confused. All right. So, offer the aquarium, send him a message. Hey, still want a cheese board? He responds within a few minutes. Colin is still being a humongous shithead. He won't stop sending the same picture of Jackie Chan in a mesh shirt to the printer, and it's a nice picture, but it's wasting all my paper. Whoops, sorry, meant that for another teacher. But seriously, he's insufferable. There's pictures of Jackie Chan everywhere. I type back. Save a couple for me. My Jackie Chan scrapbook is a little light on content, and I think this would really round it out. So he says, ha! Let me get back to you after class ends. I stand up from the computer and stretch. Okay, that's better. That was funny. I'm glad we went back and actually got to see that. Well, guess there's only one thing to do now. Dad nap. I hop on the couch and turn on some Antiques Road Warrior for background noise. Wastelander.
Background noise.
What?
You watch that damn show.
Wastelander. I got this ornate cabinet from a yard sale for $5 in 1982. To be told that it once belonged to a Confederate general is a huge surprise. This'll feed my tribe for weeks. I really like the way the appraiser's voice echoes through the mouthpiece of his leather armor / bondage gear. Maybe this is that ASMR thing Amanda keeps telling me about.
It's not.
It's definitely
That's
not.
That's really weird.
I drift off to
he's
sleep.
A warrior.
Yeah. Well, no, it said Wastelander, so I guess it's like they live in a wasteland. So it's like apocalyptic almost.
Okay.
Or post-apocalyptic. I drift off to sleep. I'm jolted awake by a dadbook message from Hugo. Hey, sorry about that. Colin's in the principal's office now. He says he knows Jackie Chan personally and that Jackie won't be happy to hear this. I fumble out a reply. I get off work in a little while and I continue to be very serious about the cheese boards. So I fumble out a reply.
Who's not serious about cheese boards, honestly?
Yeah, so am I. Hugo and I work out the details, and I'm all set to meet him in a few hours. Amanda walks in the door just as I'm about to leave. What's up, Buttercup?
Huh?
Just getting home from school? Where are you going? Oh, I have a meeting with the board. The board? A cheese board is what I meant.
He was just gonna say, I'm going to your school.
Yeah, I'm getting cheese with your teacher. Will you be able to fend for yourself until dinner time? Yeah, I'll live, but only if you can talk him into going easy on me for the final. Sorry, buddy, that ball's in your court. What's in my court, you ask? Just a variety of delicious cheeses, meats, and their accompanying crackers. Maybe some olives, a little bit of fig jam.
Yes.
So good.
Ugh.
Yes, I get it. You're excited about the cheese. Sweetie, you'll get it one day. But now, I gotta go see a man about some manchego.
Yes. Put the fig jam right on it.
Please leave.
Chunk of manchego with fig jam slathered on. And then just chomp on it.
No cracker or no cracker?
No cracker.
Okay. I walk into a quaint French diner. Hey, look, you can actually see the cheese board with the with some grapes in the background. I walk into a quaint French diner, and Hugo waves me down to a booth in the corner. He looks pretty tired. Long day? Every day's a long day when you teach middle schoolers. Colin started a gambling ring. The pictures of Jackie Chan were just a cover. He's bartering in those little rubber band bracelets that are also shapes. I remember those things. I totally remember those things.
Love it.
Wow. Is that the one that parents think means sex stuff? Those ones? Yeah, but the reports are just the sensationalist news media capitalizing on the fears of suburban parents as usual. At least I hope. Yikes. Right now, I'm very ready for some fine wine and some delicious cheese. A waitress stops by and takes our order for the biggest cheese plate you have. For the love of God, just please put the cheese in my mouth, and recommends us some wine. That poor waitress. Do you two want a scorecard for trivia? There's trivia?
Yes.
Yep, we're starting in a few minutes. Pretty much everyone here is playing. We'd love to play, right, Peter? Yeah, sure. The waitress hands us a scorecard and a few pencils before leaving. I might not be much help here. I'm not very good at being smart, I guess.
Ouch.
Come on, I doubt it'll be too hard. Matt. Peter! I turn to see Matt and Brian here with their
On a
daughters.
date. Get lost.
Looking like they're ready for trivia. They come up to our table and greet us. Hey guys, you all here for the old question and answers game?
Hey,
Yep, we come here every week, but Brian and Daisy carry the team. Carmencita and I are just here for the cheese.
Who's not?
Provolone 2 lost in New York have been reigning champions for the last month. That's hilarious. Man, Brian's great at trivia too? That raises the stakes. Great name though. Agreed.
God.
Solid team name. That's Carmencia's claim to fame. It hurts me how good I am at puns. Like father, like daughter.
Hey.
You guys gonna try to give us a run for our money?
Ah.
We'll see what we can do. We're just here for the cheese too. We'll see what we can do to not hurt your feelings too bad, or I will destroy you.
I am just here for the cheese.
Listen, trivia's great, but we all know the real trivia championships are the cheeses we ate along the way. I don't know if that's how that phrase works, but I understand and appreciate the sentiment.
Yes, and you should.
We'll have to think up a good team name, but I think this'll be fun. Good luck! Brian, Matt, and their daughters head back to their table. Well, I guess we need a name. Got any good ideas? Easy breezy beautiful. Havarti like it's 1999. Ah Real Munsters. Or Craigslist Swiss Connections.
Havarti like it's 1999.
Havarti like it's 1999? That'll do just nicely.
I know.
The
You're
waitress
welcome.
comes with our cheese board and we revel in its glory. Already I can see a piece of cheddar with my name on it. I pair it with some strawberry preserves and slide into dairy-induced ecstasy. There's such a fine variety of cheese and charcuterie that I'm positively overwhelmed. A quick dip into the seasoned nuts, a slice of savory yet salty Gouda, or perhaps a focaccia crisp topped with honey and goat cheese. I'm so happy. Hugo raises his glass at me.
Oh.
Cheers to cheese. Hey, a middle-aged... Yes! Best character in the game. A middle-aged man in a backwards baseball cap, sunglasses, and cargo shorts jogs out of the back with a frenetic energy of a radio DJ. Everybody ready for some trivia? He's Quizmaster Quinn now. The restaurant cheers. Oh man, looks like everyone's really into this. That's what I like to hear. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Quizmaster Quinn. My actual name's Richard. I just like alliteration. Really? I thought his first name was Quizmaster. Unfortunate. More cheers. I see some of you brought your children here tonight. That's cool. My children won't speak to me.
This dude's the worst.
Haha! I'm just joking around. Classic Quizmaster Quinn humor. It's actually my wife that won't speak to me. She doesn't want kids. This dude's the best. Let's get into some questions. The first category is literature. Oh, I was going to say, we're great now. Hugo's got this.
Yeah.
Excellent.
My feelings hurt.
My feelings hurt? You know who loved literature? My dead father. I looked up to him so much. Oh my god.
Ooh, just read the question.
Oh my god. He's just looking for a friend, I think. More jokes. Classic Quizmaster quips. Just trying to keep it light here, folks. Just like I thought my wife was the light of my life. Hugo, you got this literature stuff, right?
Ah.
Does Franz Kafka have an irrational fear of one day waking up as a large, grotesque insect-like creature?
I wouldn't know.
I assume that is the writer and or creator of The Fly.
I wouldn't know.
Yes? This is the continent that encompasses the realms of Gondor, Rohan, Mordor, and Lothlorien. If I pronounced any of those wrong, I'm genuinely sorry to all of you out there. This is Geek for All after all, so please feel free to correct my pronunciation in the comments. Amy, do you know the answer to this question?
Nope.
Really? Okay. Other notable sites include Isengard, the Mirkwood, and Rivendell. What is the Elvish name for this continent? Do you know what this is from?
I assume The Hobbit and or Lord of the Rings.
Absolutely correct, yes. Is it Endor, Hoth, Arenell, or Lemuria?
Never heard of any of them.
Okay, so I can tell you, number 1, Endor is from Star Wars. Number 2, Hoth is from Star Wars. Endor is where the Ewoks were, or at least Endor is where the Ewoks were.
Love them.
Hoth was the ice planet on Star Wars as well. Arenal and Lemuria, I'm not familiar with at all. Damn it. What do you think it is?
Arenell.
Arenal?
It sounds more elven.
Elven. Yeah, that's fair.
Wrong answer.
Ugh. Who is the writer that created Tarzan and John Carter of Mars? I actually think I know this one if it's multiple choice. William A. Alcott, Edgar Rice Burroughs, Nathaniel Hawthorne, or E. Doc Smith? Do you know this one?
No.
I think it's Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Okay.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So we were wrong on the first one, correct on this one. Edmond Dantes is better known as this man. Frankenstein's Monster, The Count of Monte Cristo, H.G. Wells, or Dante Alighieri?
Monte Cristo.
I have genuinely no idea.
H.G. Wells.
Wrong.
The Quizmaster, well, we're 1 for 3. The Quizmaster walks around the room. I think he's doing crowd work. He stops by mine and Hugo's table. Whoa, nice cheese plate you got there.
Don't touch it.
Thank you. How's that cheese tasting, big guy? Good. Ha ha ha, great. Cheese used to be my favorite food, but I developed a lactose intolerance later in life.
There's still many cheeses you can eat.
I'm sorry to hear that. I also developed clinical depression.
That I can tell.
Oh. But people don't tell you to just get over your lactose intolerance, right? Nobody's like, have you tried exercising to get rid of your debilitating dairy allergy? Or you just need to choose to not let your throat close up when you eat brie.
Okay. Lactose intolerance doesn't make your throat close up. Also, yeah, I feel like people do legit basically say that.
In terms of depression.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And lactose intolerance. They think that there's some sort of easy fix for it, which there is not.
Right, or that it's some people think it's like all in your head or whatever, which is also real dumb.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, pretty dumb. But there is a large variety of cheeses that you can eat when you are lactose intolerant. If you're curious, leave that in the comments.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll answer it on Gluten Free for All.
Yeah, we'll chat about it. Anything? Does that scan? I'm trying to workshop my routine here. Quizmaster Quinn wanders off to another table. Who wants to start the next round? More cheers from the audience. The next round is cinema. Good, we might be a little bit better on this one.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love movies. Sometimes I'll retreat into them for days on end because obsessing over a fictional universe is easier than engaging with my real emotions and problems. God, been there. Frodo Baggins, am I right? Is he okay?
Oh no.
I think it's just his character. I hope. How's your cinema?
Oh.
Spuddy. I don't know a lot about movies, but if there are any questions about bad horror movies, I can be of service.
His bio literally said he wanted to be a movie star.
Correct. That's an interesting one.
Oh.
It's a bit of a guilty pleasure.
I love bad horror movies. Like old ones.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
In Return of the Jedi, what does Luke ask Leia if she remembers? Their father, their promise, the Jedi Order, or their mother?
Making out with her brother.
Jesus. Do you know the answer?
Their mother.
But she died in childbirth. I don't know if they know that. They might. Then it would be their father. because he found out about Luke, he being Luke, found out about Vader at the end of Empire Strikes Back, which was number 2, Return of the Jedi being number 3, or of course 5 and 6, but...
Okay, you can pick whatever you like.
Wrongo, okay.
But I'm pretty sure it's Mother.
All right. What entertainer makes a fourth wall-breaking appearance in the film Gremlins 2?
Never saw it.
Charlie Sheen, Hulk Hogan, Emilio Estevez, or Boy George?
Emilio Estevez.
Incorrect. Which of these 80s horror movies does not feature an Indian burial ground as part of its setting? The Shining, Within the Woods, Poltergeist, or Pet Sematary?
No idea.
Yeah, I if we've seen any of these movies, then maybe that would... Okay.
Within the Woods.
No. Seems like we're doing pretty well. Or sorry, this is us thinking. Seems like we're doing pretty well, which is a lie. But we're neck and neck with Brian and Matt's team. Those guys are pros. I look over to their table and give them a friendly but competitive nod. I lock eyes with Brian. He gets a much sterner nod. And the next category is wrestling.
There you go.
I better do well on this one. I'm going to be very upset. Okay, we're totally boned. Hugo grabs my arms. Or my arm. Wait, I got this.
Wait,
Huh?
who has this? Okay.
Man, you know who I would want to wrestle with? Literally anyone. I crave human interaction. Please put me in a chokehold. Jesus.
Bad.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Please, it has been so long since I've been held. Wow. I can only process my emotions but by making jokes out of them. Now that is a human being that I have met before. Let's start the quiz. Remember that this is the lightning round. The first people to answer get the points. I look over to Hugo. He's focused. He's in it to win it. Tell me that we don't get to answer these questions and Hugo answers them now. I'd be very annoyed. Question 1. This was the original name of Stone Cold Steve Austin in his debut for the WWE. Do you remember the answer to this one?
Nope.
It is the Ringmaster.
Hey.
Hugo's hand shoots up. Yes, the enthusiastic one over there. Steve Austin debuted as the Ringmaster. See? But we don't get to answer these questions, game.
He couldn't answer the frickin' movie ones for us or the literature
Yeah,
ones.
exactly. But he answers
English
the wrestling
teacher
ones
who wants
for
to
me.
Be a movie star.
So,
fuck.
so annoying.
Oh.
That is correct. Points to Havarti like it's 1999.
Oh.
Next question. This city was the location of the first ever WrestleMania. That is a good question. Crap. I want to say somewhere in California? I could be wrong on this. This one I'm not certain of. San Diego?
Yes.
Hugo's hand shoots up again. Yes, the one who looks like he's known the answer for his entire life. The first WrestleMania was held in New York, New York at Madison Square Garden.
I knew it was New York.
In 1985.
I fucking knew it.
See, and I knew that Mania was in New York at Madison Square Garden for 10 and 20. I did not remember it was the first one.
Well,
Correct.
headquarters is in Connecticut.
Correct.
So they
Correct.
would have likely had the first ever WrestleMania close by-ish.
Yeah. And now all the quote-unquote New York WrestleManias are held at MetLife Stadium, which is actually in New Jersey, but it's also where the New York Giants play, so that's why they get to say that it's in New York, even though it's really not. It's in New Jersey. Trust me, I went to a WrestleMania at MetLife Stadium, and it's definitely not in New York. So, yeah. Another correct answer for Havarti like it's 1999. Hugo's destroying these questions. He's so passionate about this. I've never seen him act like this before. It's honestly kind of hot.
Yeah.
Oh, a tough one. This title match went down in history as the shortest match at WrestleMania to date.
Oh, God.
Do you know this? It actually depends on when this was made.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, where Daniel basically went over to kiss AJ Lee for good luck, turned around, Sheamus brogue kicked him in the face, and then pinned him 1, 2, 3 as the match started. Hugo jumps up more excited than I've ever seen him. Chavo versus Kane. Okay, see, so that was an older one.
Yeah.
This was,
Of course it was gonna be. Yeah.
Chavo versus Kane.
Incorrect.
Oh, sorry, Bucko, but that is incorrect. There we go! Boom! Suck it, Hugo. The answer is actually Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus at WrestleMania 28. No, that's absolutely wrong. The real record is Chavo Guerrero versus Kane, WrestleMania 24, March 30th, 2008. Kane took down Chavo with one chokeslam and pinned him for the 3 count. I will not stand for this travesty.
Okay.
Hey man, I'm just reading from the card here. I don't actually write these. Well, you're still wrong. What are you, my ex-wife? The crowd erupts in laughter. Hugo blushes. He retreats back into his chair. Fine. Wow, Hugo seemed really fired up about that. Where did he get this encyclopedic knowledge of wrestling? Dude, it just comes with the territory. I'm telling you. How do you know so much about wrestling? There you go, we just ask him.
Yeah.
Oh, you just pick stuff up. That sounds suspect, but it seems like he doesn't want to talk about it. I turn my attention back to the Quizmaster. All right. Looks like we're down to the final category, and it's a close one between Provolone 2 Lost in New York, Brian and Matt high five, and Havarti like it's 1999.
Yeah.
Hugo and I high five. We look over to Brian and Matt. Carmencita and Daisy all playfully give us thumbs up, or thumbs down, and stick their tongues out. I eat a big chunk of cheddar without breaking eye contact to show them just how serious I am.
Right.
The final category is cool animals.
Yeah.
Animals, huh? I never could take care of another living thing. Hell, I can barely take care of myself. Ha ha! I'm falling apart. Anyway, here's the questions. The Canary Islands were named after what kind of animal? Are you kidding? Do people not know that canaries are birds? Oh, okay. Amy, is it birds, cats, fish, or dogs?
Wrong.
Why does he say wrong? What is the last animal that appears in the dictionary? So is it not zebra? It might not be zebra. Zebra, zebu, ziziva, a type of American weevil, or zonky.
Number 3?
I doubt this is a real thing.
It doesn't look like a real thing.
Yeah.
But it says it's a weevil.
No, I get it. I think they're lying to you is my point. All right, so you want to pick number 3?
I don't give a shit. Just pick something.
I mean, the fact that they're asking, I guess. Fine, we'll pick 3.
Correct.
Wow. Nicely done, Amy. What mammal has the highest or thickest concentration of fur in nature? Like, the first thing that comes to mind is a lion just because of its mane, but...
Oh, I was thinking of polar bear.
Ooh. Canadian beaver, duckbill platypus, polar bear, or otter. I'm down for polar bear.
Because their skin is black.
Yes.
And it's really hard to see that through their white fur.
Yes.
So I feel like it's really, really thick fur.
That's a really good point. I like it. I like that you called that ahead of time, too. So, yeah, let's go for it. Incorrect.
Damn it.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to come around and collect your scorecards, and we'll see who came out on top. Remember, the winning team gets a $25 gift card to Phil's Auto Care. If you need a car part, Phil's will fulfill all your needs.
Ew.
Everyone oohs and ahs.
No thanks.
God, I want that gift card. The Quizmaster goes in the back to tally up the score. I pick at what's left of our cheese plate. There's a bit of brie here that tastes absolutely divine on a cracker with a little bit of honey and dried apricot.
Brie is disgusting and I hate it.
I don't appreciate brie, but I do know people who really do enjoy it, so shout outs to them, I guess.
Hey!
So, what are your plans after our big win? I'll probably retire, take Amanda somewhere tropical, drink something out of a coconut. Always wanted to do that. What about you? Probably take my winnings to Colin's gambling ring, bet it all on black. Walk out of there with some rubber bands in the shape of animals that I know what to do with. Or then I know what to do with, excuse me. Bold. but I like your style.
Ah.
You want the last piece of Havarti?
Yes.
Nah, that's all you. You definitely earned it. After a couple of minutes, the quizmaster jogs back into the room. Everyone immediately quiets down, waiting with bated breath for the results. Who will win the coveted gift card? I really hope it's us.
It's definitely not.
Hey, everybody! We've had a great night, lots of goofs, lots of laughs, and a little bit of light crying in the back, but that's neither here nor there. It was a close... This guy's the best. It was a close game, but the winner of tonight's trivia contest is... Provolone 2 Lost in New York. Come on down and get your gift card for Phil's Auto Care, where Phil nominal service is...
I am sad.
God, I can't do this anymore. Please just take the gift card. Brian and Matt run up to grab the coupon and bow to the roaring applause of the crowd. I do my best to convey to Hugo a sense of appreciation for his hard work at trivia, with only eyebrow raises and a shoulder shrug. We'll get him next time, Peter. They haven't heard the last of Havarti like it's 1999. Hugo and I walk back toward our cul-de-sac, full of cheese and a sense of defeat. Brian's good, but I saw some tactical weaknesses there, which I think we can exploit for the next trivia night. He seemed weak on literature. I think we can establish ourselves early on. It wouldn't hurt team morale. Maybe it would get them more focused on the cheese than winning. You're right. Next time we'll be more prepared. Shame about that one wrestling question, though.
I don't know.
I'm not kidding. I plan to write a strongly worded letter to whoever employed that man. Come on, there's got to be a story there. What do you mean? You didn't even stop to think. You pulled that wrestling knowledge out like you were there at the ring yourself. Oh, it's just stuff I know. Ask again or drop it.
Ask again.
Hugo, I figured you'd be better at lying after dealing with every kid in school for as long as you have. It's embarrassing. Ask again or drop it.
Ask again.
You know what's actually embarrassing? Not being able to explain basic algebra to your daughter. You know what's definitely not embarrassing? Knowing stuff about wrestling. Hugo sighs.
Oh.
All right. If you really want to know, just follow me. Oh my god, is he a wrestler?
Oh my god.
Oh, yes. Whoa.
Oh.
Hugo leads me to his house.
Not a wrestler.
Well, it might be in his garage. That's usually where they are. Or in the backyard, even. Hugo leads me to his house at the edge of the cul-de-sac. We step inside, and his house is exactly what I expected it to be. Neat and filled top to bottom with books and art.
Ah.
Welcome to my home. Sorry, it's so messy. His house is actually spotless. It's not. I hate to tell you, this is not what spotless looks like. I follow him down a hallway. What are we doing? Hugo opens the door and ushers me inside. It's pitch black. He closes the door behind us.
It's the basement.
Oh my god. This is awesome.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Hugo flips a switch, and I finally understand. Curio cabinets packed with in-box wrestling action figures line the walls, along with posters, cardboard cutouts, and every piece of wrestling memorabilia imaginable. A giant widescreen TV sits on a decked-out media stand. I'm speechless. I look over at Hugo, who's hovering by the door, doing everything to avoid eye contact. This is really embarrassing. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Wow, or not a lot of people have seen this, huh?
What do you think?
You don't want to know what I think. Because, again, well, first of all, for people who are unaware, I love wrestling, and you're like... Well, you tell me.
Why don't we say not a lot of people have seen this, huh? Because he's, like, really, really...
Embarrassed by it?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't show it to just anybody. Aw. He clears his throat. That's adorable. He likes us. But it's a bit of a private hobby, yes. Why is that? What the hell is he, like, weirdly shifting all over the screen? Why is that?
Dancing.
Yeah, I guess. I better not press him. I spend a couple minutes quietly looking around at the memorabilia. Ernest.
Yeah.
Hugo, you bought the wrong kind of pizza rolls again. Looks like Ernest just got home. He's yelling in from the hallway.
He calls his dad Hugo?
Asshole kids do that. And or I should rephrase. And or young kids who we had family friends of mine when I was younger where one of their daughters called her parents by their first names. And I was very confused. I'm like, why? Just call them mom, dad, mommy, daddy, whatever. But my parents were saying, like, you know, she saw other people calling her parents by their first names. And so she just did it thinking that it was the normal thing to do. So I rescind my statement about that's what asshole kids do. Some kids, to be assholes, do that.
Yeah. Some people just do it because of other circumstances.
Yeah. I can see...
Maybe, like, it's his stepdad or something.
Maybe. I don't think so, just based on all the conversations.
So either, but that's a possibility.
Sure.
And so he would absolutely call him Hugo versus Dad.
Sure. Yeah, good point. I can see Hugo immediately deflate. I told you, those pizza rolls have less sodium. I just want you to be healthy, son. Ernest comes into Hugo's wrestling room and looks around with disgust. He notices me and scoffs.
He's rolling his eyes.
Yeah.
I love it.
I thought nobody was allowed in your precious wrestling room. I never said that. I just said you're not allowed to take the action figures out of their boxes and pose them so that they're having sex with each other.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, it does. Why, you wouldn't do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I would leave them in their boxes.
Fair. Good point. Ernest gets flustered. Yeah, well, whatever. I'm gonna go throw eggs at stuff.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Have fun with your stupid wrestling crap. Ernest.
Asshole.
Ernest leaves, then a moment later pops his head back into the room. And your stupid friend. Ernest storms back out of the room. I hear a door slam. Hugo wearily runs his hand through his hair. Sorry about him, and sorry that I have to keep apologizing about him. He's just going through a phase, I guess. You keep telling yourself that, dude. I try so hard to impress him, but it's obvious that no matter what I do, he hates me. Ernest has a thing against authority figures, and you don't get much more authoritative than a teacher dad.
Well, yes, you do.
Yeah, like a drill sergeant dad, or a cop dad, or a judge dad.
Yeah, there are plenty of options there.
My ex, he gets to be the fun weekend dad, and I'm just Hugo, who makes Ernest eat his vegetables and turn his homework in on time.
I mean, actually, he just makes Lucian do it.
So actually, maybe, Amy, this kind of answers your question. So, if Hugo was in a gay relationship, then maybe Ernest may be an adopted son, or it may be the kind of thing where, like, they both provided sperm, and then it's one of their biological sons, but they don't know which one, or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Or one is dad and one is Hugo, so that he's not dad.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you need to have two different names for the two different dads.
Sure. Hey, you love him, and you're looking out for his best interests. Take it from one dad to another. Someday, he'll come to appreciate you.
I doubt it.
Maybe not someday soon, but someday. I hope so. Thanks for letting me vent. Hugo glances at his watch.
Hey!
Suppose it's getting kind of late. Let's do trivia again sometime soon? I would absolutely love to. I start to leave. And hey, thanks for showing me your wrestling stuff. Maybe you can tell me some more about it next time. Hugo smiles.
Oh.
That would be amazing. I'll catch you around.
Is that it?
For date 2. This wasn't date 3.
I know.
Yeah.
But date 2 with Robert, there was like 3 or 4 opportunities for those little black orbs to come out of him, or eggplants or whatever.
No,
And
well,
we only had like 2 instances here.
Well, except you pressed him on the wrestling stuff. If you hadn't, you wouldn't have gone back to his house at all. So that may have been your missed, at least I assume. I don't know this for a fact. But then that may have been your straight up missed opportunity entirely, and the date would have ended right there. Now he trusts you a lot more, etc. No? I don't know.
That's the opposite of what I said.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying this date was considerably shorter and a lot less of him reacting to stuff that we actually did.
Yeah, because it was the whole quiz thing was just one reaction at the end.
Right.
And then he reacted with the eggplants and the hearts when we kept asking him about the wrestling stuff. Yeah. So, who knows?
Okay.
It only takes me a minute to walk back home. Amanda's sitting on the couch reading a book about female photographers. Wow, I thought you didn't like reading. I don't. This book is all pictures. And even my patience is being tried. Did you get to eat all your cheese, all the cheese your little heart desired? I am a happy little cheese monster. But I made sure to leave room for dinner. Who wants breakfast for dinner? God, I do. Hash browns!
Okay, so I made chili for dinner tonight.
Correct.
And we ate chili, and I ate more chili. I am so full from chili. And it's pissing me off that they keep talking about cheese so much because it's making me want to eat cheese. But there's no reason for it. Like, I'm not hungry whatsoever. It's just because they keep talking about it.
Yeah. And I did not have... Well, no, I guess we had about the same amount of chili, I think. Anyway.
No, I think I had more than you.
Okay.
Because I had more later and you didn't.
Yeah. So we say, okay.
Yeah.
Toast dipped in egg. Blueberry pancakes. Well, only if you'll help me make them. You know I'm the world's best blueberry sprinkler and also totally amazing at heating up the maple syrup in the microwave. Now, tell me about that cheese board. Amanda and I spend the evening cooking an elaborate breakfast with everything we can find inside of the fridge. I tell her all about the trivia, but leave out the parts about Hugo being into wrestling. I figure she would probably find some nefarious way to use that information for a better grade. Oh God, I do not think we did well on this date.
Me neither.
That was exemplary.
What?
What? How'd we get an A?
Oh God. Okay. So
we get like nothing at all on trivia.
Yeah, straight nothing. We had a lot on Havarti, a lot on Tweed, which makes sense. Not a lot on Mustache, which is unfortunate. Less on Recliner. I don't get that at all, unless that's we're saying because we slept before the date, I guess. And we got a lot on Grill Dad, which at first I was like, we didn't grill anything. But then it was like, yeah, but we grilled him on his wrestling knowledge. Okay. Well, Asiago better.
You've got
or
dads.
go Asiago getter, excuse me. Just ruining the jokes by not reading properly. Okay, so
They were ruined beforehand. Trust me.
so Amy, you gave your opinion on that one. You expected there to be more opportunities, more etc. Because our second date with Robert was the whittling date.
Yeah. So I felt like there was 4 or 5 periods where he reacted to something that we decided.
Yeah.
And I feel like Hugo did like twice or maybe 3 times.
Yeah, I think it was 3 because I think we got the black orbs for trivia, we got the eggplants and the hearts for grilling him, and then I think at one other time we got hearts, just hearts.
Yeah.
So.
But because we did bad on the trivia, I think there's a part of the date that we missed.
Maybe.
And we would have, had more to do there.
Yeah, I'm curious. If you know, I guess let us know in the comments. But that is going to be the end for this particular episode. Obviously, we will be back for further episodes because we have not reached the further end of this game with anyone because we went on only a second date with Hugo. So now Damien is the only person we've gone on one date with. Everybody else has been 2 Technically, again, we're not counting Robert as 3 yet, and because, yeah, that did not work out for us at all. But, like I said, thank you all so very much for watching. I really do hope that everybody enjoyed. We would love to hear from you down in the comments below.
Yes.
Any and all thoughts you have.
Maybe you know more, like, intricate details about how this game works, how, like, intuitive it is in terms of, you know, giving you more stuff to do on the date and stuff like that. Like, how right is my theory that when we get the black orbs, we miss a section of the date, which is why those little things on the side make no sense. Because we read half of them and we're like, okay, these half make sense. And then there's like 2 that are a word that makes no sense to us because we didn't even enter into that topic whatsoever.
Sure.
So
Really good point.
just let me know if you think I'm right, like, and why. Like, what experiences have you had that are different?
Sure.
Maybe without any, like, super specific spoilers for people who haven't played it. But
Sure. And also, feel free to let us know how you would have done in that trivia game. Because we did very poorly. Very poorly. I mean, to be fair, they didn't give me the damn wrestling questions, which frustrates me. But I get it, character-wise, why they didn't. But damn it. But yeah, they gave us the literature and movie questions for the English teacher who specializes in, like, 18th century literature and wanted to be a movie star. So, sure, I guess.
I know basically zilch about 18th century literature and almost zilch about movies. Well, that's not true. There are certain movies that would fall under an umbrella of movies that I know a lot about. And then there are certain movies that would come nowhere near that umbrella. And unfortunately, the trivia questions were closer to that.
Yeah. But we will be back next week for the next episode. I don't necessarily know if it will be the conclusion. Only Amy knows. And you will find that out next time. So what you can do is
bite your fingernails over it.
Jesus.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Please feel free to subscribe. And when you subscribe, if you click that bell to be notified when our videos come out, you will know when that video comes out before most. And you will be able to get the answers to all your questions and more. So, for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe.
And I'm Amy.
And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.